Money is everywhere. People wake up for it, work for it, stress over it, fight because of it, and spend their entire lives chasing it. But here's the strange part. Some people earn millions and still lose everything, while others with average incomes quietly build wealth and freedom over time. Why? Because money is not just about math, it's about behavior. And that is the powerful lesson behind The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel, one of the most eye-opening books ever written about wealth, success, and human behavior. This book doesn't teach complicated investing formulas. It teaches something far more important: how people think about money. And today, I want to tell you this story in a way that could completely change how you see wealth forever. Imagine two men. The first man drives expensive cars, wears designer clothes, lives in a giant house, and posts luxury pictures online every week. Everyone thinks he is rich. The second man lives quietly, drives a normal car, avoids showing off, and rarely talks about money. Most people ignore him, but years later, the first man is drowning in debt, while the second man has financial freedom. That's because being rich and staying wealthy are two different skills. Anyone can look rich, but true wealth is what people don't see. It's the money saved, the investments growing quietly, the freedom to make choices without fear. Morgan Housel explains that many people spend money trying to impress others, but the truth is, most people are too busy trying to impress others themselves to notice. Think about that. People buy things they don't need, with money they barely have, to gain approval from people who are not even paying attention. And this creates a dangerous cycle: more spending, more pressure, more stress, more debt. The Psychology of Money teaches that wealth is less about income and more about habits. A person earning a modest salary who saves consistently can become wealthy. A person earning millions without discipline can become broke. Because financial success is not built on intelligence alone, it is built on behavior. Now let me tell you one of the most powerful ideas in the book: compounding. At first, compounding looks small, almost invisible. Imagine planting a tiny seed in the ground. For days, nothing seems to happen. Then slowly, roots begin to grow beneath the surface. Years later, that tiny seed becomes a massive tree. That is how money works. Small, smart decisions repeated consistently over time create extraordinary results. Saving a little, investing a little, being patient. Most people quit because results are slow in the beginning, but wealth is often invisible before it becomes obvious. And patience is one of the greatest financial advantages anyone can have. The book shares the story of people who built incredible fortunes not because they were the smartest, but because they stayed consistent long enough for compounding to work. And this lesson applies to life too. Success in fitness, success in business, success in relationships. Small daily actions repeated for years become powerful outcomes, but modern society teaches the opposite. People want quick success, quick money, quick fame. They want results instantly, but lasting wealth usually grows slowly. That's why Morgan Housel says, getting money is one thing, keeping it is another. Many people know how to make money, few know how to keep it. And one reason people lose money is because of ego. They take bigger risks to look successful. They compare themselves to others. They chase lifestyles they cannot sustain. Comparison is one of the fastest ways to destroy financial peace. Because no matter how much you have, someone will always have more: a bigger house, a better car, a more luxurious life. If your happiness depends on comparison, you will never feel satisfied. The Psychology of Money teaches that true wealth is freedom. Freedom to control your time, freedom to say no, freedom to live without constant stress. And freedom often comes from living below your means. Now that idea may not sound exciting, but it is powerful, because every rand, dollar, or cent you save buys you a piece of future freedom. Most people think wealth is about spending, but real wealth is about options. The ability to walk away from toxic environments, the ability to rest without panic, the ability to spend time with people you love. Money becomes powerful when it gives you control over your life. The book also explains something most people ignore. Luck and risk play a huge role in success. Sometimes hardworking people fail. Sometimes average people get lucky opportunities. And understanding this creates humility. It teaches you not to judge others too quickly, not to assume every successful person is a genius, and not to assume every struggling person is lazy. Life is more complicated than that. That's why wise people prepare for uncertainty. They save, they build emergency funds, they avoid unnecessary risks, because the future is unpredictable. And one of the most dangerous financial habits is believing bad things can never happen to you. The psychology of money reminds us that survival matters more than looking impressive. If you stay in the game long enough, opportunities eventually appear. But people who take reckless risks often destroy themselves before success arrives. And maybe the greatest lesson from this book is this: money should support your life, not control it. There are people with huge bank accounts who are deeply unhappy, and there are people with simple lives who feel peaceful and fulfilled. It can buy comfort, it can buy experiences, but it cannot buy inner peace, gratitude, or purpose. Those things come from how you live. So instead of asking, how can I look rich? Maybe ask, how can I build freedom? Instead of chasing status, chase stability. Instead of trying to impress people, focus on building a future you can feel proud of. And remember this: the small choices you make today may completely shape your future tomorrow. Every unnecessary expense, every smart investment, every patient decision, they all matter. Because wealth is rarely built in one moment. It is built quietly, day by day, decision by decision. And the people who master money are usually not the loudest people in the room. They are the most disciplined. So start where you are, save what you can, learn continuously, avoid comparing yourself to others, be patient with growth, because financial freedom is not reserved for the lucky few. It is often built by ordinary people making consistent decisions over a very long time. And that is the true psychology of money. Ending, call to action. If this video changed the way you think about money, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this message with someone who needs it. Comment below, what's one money lesson you wish you learned earlier in life? And remember, wealth is not about showing people how much you have. It's about creating a life where you no longer have to live in fear.